Hey guys, today I'm here with New Zealand's Liam Lawson, Red Bull junior driver.
He's doing a great job. He's an exciting young talent. Yeah, we've been very impressed with him.
You'd be surprised, man. Honestly, no.
Thanks for having a chat with me today.
No worries at all.
Also, thanks to Red Bull New Zealand for having us out here at the Red Bull offices. What a sick place.
Yeah, it's really cool. I was just saying, I've been to a couple around the rest of the world, and this one's up there with, I mean, to me, it's actually the best. It's the coolest place, this gaming room. Obviously, we have the music studio as well, and then the office space where everybody works. It's a nice vibe always.
Yeah, and we're in this gaming room, newly set up as well. We've got 5 computers in here. People can come in and stream anytime they want.
Yeah, first time I've been in here. Plenty of Red Bull, as you can see. No, it's cool. It's yeah, I like it a lot.
So first off, I'd love to talk about your 2022 F2 season.
Yep.
Finishing 3rd in the championship, obviously that was great. But yeah, how do you feel about that?
I would say, as a whole, it was a pretty up and down year. There was lots of good, but also lots of pretty average. In the end, it was nice to finish 3rd because I think, especially going into the weekend, it was the best we could have achieved. But I didn't go into 2022 trying to finish 3rd, obviously. I think, yeah, it's been difficult at times, but the good times were obviously really good as well. I had the Formula 1 tests in Spa, Mexico, and Abu Dhabi, and they were, I mean, amazing experiences for me to do. So yeah, as a whole, it was pretty rocky, but happy with how it finished.
You're going over to Japan for Super Formula. What was the decision behind that, and like what's motivated you to go over there?
I think Super Formula is just a great championship, but unless you have a super license, it can be quite risky going to do it. If you're on the pathway for Formula 1, it can be quite risky. So for me, luckily, I'm in a position where I can go there and not be under too much pressure of getting a super license as I already have it. So yeah, and I think after doing 2 years of Formula 2 as well, it can be a pretty logical step. The car's is faster. I think it's a better step or a better preparation for Formula 1. To be honest, it doesn't feel that far off a Formula 1 car, especially in high speeds. Like Sector 1 Suzuka was, I couldn't believe how much speed we take through there. So yeah, I think the car is great, but it's a very tough championship, so it'll be hard to come in and succeed.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's just a different feel to Formula 2. Like you've got the DTM experience under your belt, and then the Formula 1 testing, F2, and now you can put Super Formula under there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're going to be living in Japan?
I am not too sure yet. I don't think so. I mean, for bits of it, if the rounds, like the first couple of rounds are quite close, so I'll probably spend a month maybe there, but after that, the rounds are spread out by a month, so I should be able to go. I have to do reserve role as well, so I probably end up at a lot of Formula 1 races still, and I'll have to go back to Europe for those.
Yeah, and we were talking about that before we started filming, but like the month gaps in between, how do you feel about that? Because obviously in F2, you've got that annoying 2-month wait at the end of the season that all the drivers seem to hate, but...
Yeah, I think in Formula 2's case this year, we had that big gap. It sort of got dragged out quite a lot. I think in Super Formula, it's going to be nice it starts a bit later and finishes a bit earlier, and everything sort of, you feel like you're consistently in the championship. When you have bigger gaps, you can fall out of that quite easily, and then you go into the last round feeling like it's round 1 or something like that. So I think for that sense, it'll be better. Yeah.
So as someone who's just recently joined the Red Bull family, I want to know your story. How did you join Red Bull in the early days?
So I mean, I've been racing since I was a kid. I started go-karts at 7 in New Zealand, and then I progressed through into cars, early entry-level cars in New Zealand. And then my first season in Europe was 2018. I raced with Venomous Fort in F4, and then I actually came back to do, ironically, the Toyota Racing Series, and that's what gave me my break with Red Bull. Basically, I had the first weekend, I had a really cool overtake on somebody and had a great weekend. Basically won the 2 of the races, and we got the contract after that weekend. So it was cool that it came from New Zealand, from home.
Yeah.
And I have TRS to thank for that.
All right, well, we'll get into some quick fire questions. Just got a bunch of questions. Some of these were even given from my community in Discord, just got some fun ones. So first off, other than a Formula 1 car, what's the favorite car you've driven?
Oh, favorite car I've driven? It's meant to be quick fire, and I'm having to think about these.
That's fine. We can delve into them if you want to.
I would say I was on track in a McLaren Senna a couple of years ago. In terms of a road car, that's probably the quickest car I've tracked before. Yeah. So I'd say that's up there.
That'd be sick. And motorsport, what's a car that you'd like to drive?
In racing?
Yeah.
Formula 1.
Definitely.
I mean, I know I've driven it, but I haven't thought about anything other than Formula 1 since I was a kid, so yeah.
And what's your dream road car? If you could buy one right now?
I think you'd be surprised. I wouldn't go for something that radical, something like, I really like the new M3 Touring, BMW, the wagon. I think that's really cool. I think if I could have anything, I'd have that with the in-performance parts on it, yeah.
Any supercar?
A super fast Ferrari, 812, I would say. Is that class of supercar, right?
Yeah.
Nearly.
Yeah, luxury car.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason I like it is because it doesn't actually look like a supercar, but I just like them a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Favorite Formula 1 car or livery of all time?
Of all time, I used to really like the McLaren, the Vodafone McLaren car.
Yeah.
Was it
Oh,
Vodafone
oh,
McLaren?
that's the
or-
same. I always say that.
Yeah, that was really cool. The chrome and the orange.
Yeah.
I think that.
So iconic, Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, he was actually who I looked up to the most. So I like that livery.
Well, that's another question. Who's someone you look up to now?
Now it's hard because the guys let's say the guys I looked up to like Lewis Hamilton when I was a kid. Now I just want to be racing them. I want to be racing against them and beating them. So it's hard to look up to those guys, but for sure they're guys I can learn off. But guys I look up to, yeah, in motorsport it's a tricky one. But outside of motorsports, I'd say my dad a lot. Learn a lot from my dad. Yeah.
Who's the hardest or best driver you've raced against across your whole career?
That's a tricky one. There's been definitely a lot, you know, lot of really good guys, especially in recent years. Formula 2 last year and the year before this year and the year before has been really competitive. So it's hard to just pick one and say he's the hardest. Honestly,
Yeah.
there's quite a few.
Would you rather be an F1 esports driver or a content creator, Twitch streamer?
I'd say content creator. I think is it's a tricky one, but I'd say content creator because I did like a little bit of it. Like I did a little bit of streaming in the last couple of years, and I actually really enjoyed like even just chatting bits of streams where you're just interacting with chatting with fans and stuff like that. I think that was quite. And I watch a lot of streamers as well, content creators, not daily, but you know, quite often. So I think it's a really cool job.
Yeah, and that was actually another question as well. What is there any favorite YouTubers or streamers that you have that you watch?
I'd say I've watched a lot of Nick Merckx, Tim the Tap Man, those guys.
So in the Call of Duty scene?
Yeah, but guys like Tim, not even just for Harry, because he's he's good. He's not. You don't watch Tim because he's good at Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So just because I think he's a cool content creator.
Who's your favorite music artist?
J. Cole. J. Cole's
Cole.
probably. And I go all time, yeah.
And favorite song of all time?
No role models. J. Cole.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And anything you're currently listening to?
Lots of different stuff, to be honest. I go through phases, so and a lot of it can be determined by what I feel like pre-race. So whether it's something that can be relaxing, or if it's really something that really gets you in a zone or fires you up. So rap, D&B, even like rock, like classic rock stuff like that. It changes a lot.
Everyone, I see this all over the internet. What is your hair routine?
Oh, I knew this question was going to be in here. I was waiting for it. I don't have one. My hair right now is terrible as well. I'm going to get it cut in a couple of weeks, but I don't have a hair routine. I wash it like normal. That's as far as that goes. Don't have a routine.
Do you know what your iRating is on iRacing?
I do, yeah. It's not as high as it should be. I have a friend who plays so much, and he's always making fun of me for my iRating, but mine's 3.5, I think.
That's not bad.
3.5k, I think. Yeah.
Have you done any endurance races?
I've done a couple. Like I did one last year. I did Petit Le Mans, and I don't know. I wasn't top split, but we were leading most of the race, and with 20 minutes to go, I fired the thing on the wall. So endurance races aren't my specialty.
Do you watch any sports outside of motorsports?
Supercross, quite a bit, and a bit of motocross. I like dirt bikes a lot, so I think if I wasn't a racing driver, that's what I'd want to do. But other than motorsports, no.
And what's the biggest item you've splurged on?
You mean like bought like?
Yeah. Spent a lot of money on like just to treat yourself. Surely something after the F2 season.
You'd be surprised, man. Honestly, no. I think one of the biggest things, as bad as this sounds, is a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most expensive things I bought.
Do you know what they were?
I bought a guitar this year.
Oh yeah.
I got a really cool guitar this year.
Are you learning or like is that something?
No, so I grew up playing actually. Interestingly, so I grew up from when I started go-karts. I also started playing guitar, and I studied it for like exams, like London School of Music exams, for 7 or 8 years. So I actually was quite good. Now I'm not so good, but I hadn't played for like 5 years, so I got another guitar this year, and I'm enjoying playing.
And what's your favorite Red Bull flavor?
It was the white, the blueberry coconut one.
Same,
I really like that one, but I was in Japan last week, and I haven't had it anywhere. They don't have it here. It was a pink Red Bull, and it was, that was a flavor. I can't remember, but it was really good. It was up there with top. So
yeah, there's so many good flavors, we just don't get them here.
I know, we need more of them. We had watermelon here, which was good.
Bring the coconut back.
Yeah, no, bring the coconut. That would be really good.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
I have a girlfriend, so
Right.
I can't say that one. Yeah.
Who's someone that you've like? Is there someone you've liked meeting the most, or like someone that's left you like starstruck at all?
Definitely when I was younger, I think drivers. Like I remember I met Brendan Hartley when he was in Formula 1. Actually, I was racing F4 in Europe. That was a pretty starstruck moment, I would say. But recently, I feel like I definitely put people on pedestals less than when I was younger. I think at the end of the day, people are just people. But definitely there are some pretty cool people out there.
Sweet. Well, that's all the questions. Thanks for answering them for me. Thanks
No
for joining me.
worries. No, that's all good. No worries at all.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.
You got that something, baby, that I can go without, just like a poison in me. You're all that I'm